I used to ask God, I used to pray, but I didn't have faith. It was just, I was just like, okay, let me just pray. And so I would ask God sometimes, one second. I don't know, I was hearing that I was having problems. But I was just saying, I've had some times to where that I used to ask God for stuff. I didn't understand why. And like one thing that stuck out to me as far as why I didn't get it was I was around the wrong people. I would have celebrated with people who were not good for me. People that didn't have my best interest at heart. So no, I couldn't be blessed then. No, I couldn't step into what I was asking for because I would have gave to the wrong people. And that's why one thing that God is having me do is just, He has me in isolation. I don't want you guys to be afraid of isolation. But it's just me and God. There is no naysayers. None. And by me disconnecting from everybody and just focusing on God, it allowed me to see me. It allowed me to see my pain, my hurt, and it allowed me to start healing it. I had to go through that isolation because my boundaries weren't firm. So see, if I didn't go through that isolation, I'd have been listening to others. You know, the others that are like, oh, well, you don't need God, or God won't love you because of this, God won't love you because of that. I would have still been listening to people because my boundaries weren't firm. I didn't trust myself. I didn't love myself. I definitely wasn't going to listen to myself because I didn't really have an opinion. I was too busy pleasing others. So when God called me into isolation, as much as I didn't understand it at first, it was needed. It was needed. Like I say, I didn't have boundaries. I wasn't standing up for myself. So therefore, I was falling for anything. Therefore, I was falling for anything. So that was the key, is to make sure my boundaries were firm so that I did not fall for anything. Not only were my boundaries firm, but I was strong in my faith. I was not shaken. I understood who God was, who God is. And so therefore, I wasn't easily swayed. Okay, I'm not sure. Where do you know me from? But since I wasn't easily swayed, then I can stand firm in what God is calling me to do. To where somebody can't come in and tell me, that's not what God's calling you to do. And so, nobody could remove me because God put me here. God hired me. So there's nobody that can fire me. So I want you guys to know, some of you guys, God put you in that position. Now it's on you to own it. To know that that is what God is calling you to do. And to stand firm. Stand firm against adversity. Stand firm against the naysayers. Stand firm against the negativity. And when the negativity comes in, we have enough faith. God has worked on you enough to where you don't have to lash out at people. You don't. Simple. This is what God called me to do. And that's it. That's a them problem, not a you problem if they want to continue to question. That's not on you. What's on you is to stand strong in what God is calling you to do. Stand strong against others. That's what you're meant to do. And as long as you're doing that, God is pleased. And ultimately, that's who we're here to please. That's who we're here to serve, is God. So if you're doing your part in serving God and doing God's work, that brings peace. That brings blessings. It brings healing. It brings so much. But you just got to be ready for it. Accepting, knowing that you're doing the work of God. That's how I feel. I know that I'm doing the work of God. And so it doesn't matter what anybody else says. It doesn't matter what anybody else believes. The real will recognize the real. God will send people your way, and they will see who you are. And they will see your true belief. They will see your heart. They will see your soul. So don't think you have to be like anybody else, follow anybody else's blueprint. Follow the blueprint that God gave you. God gave you the blueprint. All you have to do is follow it. All you have to do is follow it. So I want you guys to be encouraged, be blessed, and continue following in your divine path. Good day. Remember, God loves you. Good day.